Hi, I'm Becky with LSU's Communication Across the Curriculum, and I want to share with you a few basics of capturing audio. Now, audio capture can be thought of in three stages: preparing, recording, and producing. And so no matter where you are, what kind of project you're trying to create, whether it is a presentation, a voiceover, or a podcast, it's important to think about your project in those three steps. And so today we're really going to focus in on the preparation stage. This is all about thinking about your main goals and ensuring that you've given consideration for how you're going to create your product, how you're going to produce it, and making sure you have all your materials gathered. So let's get started. Now, the first part of the preparation stage is really identifying the goals and the purpose for your recording. What do you need to capture? Is it a conversation between two people or a discussion among a group? Is it only your voice that needs to be included in the presentation that you're going to share virtually? Will you edit this, or is it really required that you capture everything in one take? So when you consider who the recording is for and what will be recorded, so thinking about, the rhetorical triangle here, you're really providing yourself with the information you need so that you can ensure you include the appropriate information and you're targeting the particular audience that is needed so that you can get your ideas across. Now, during this step, it's also critical for you to identify the main points and takeaways you wish to be captured in the recording. Is it that you have one major argument or main point that you need to share? Do you need to also include a social media handle or website? By also identifying these key pieces that need to be captured, you're providing yourself with steps or a framework that you can use as you track on your way toward your main goal. Now, the second stage in preparing is to really think about what type of audio you want to capture. And one of the best ways is to listen to other examples. So think about a particular recording or some kind of audio that really resonates with you. What is it about that particular recording that really cues you in to the details? How is the information shared? So pay attention to the sequence information recorded, language that's used, as well as other additional sounds and effects that really help create the atmosphere of that particular piece. Also listen for distractions. What about that audio keeps you engaged and you're hearing clearly, but then what is also jarring? By assessing positives and negatives of one of your favorite works, it's going to help you identify things that you want to try to avoid within yours. The third step is to use a storyboard to organize your questions and your content. Now, a storyboard is a detailed outline that not only includes content, but it also includes specific language, dialogue, the sequence that content needs to be captured, the amount of information that's needed, as well as maybe citations and references. It also includes tone, timing, and maybe even location. By using a storyboard, this allows you to have a better understanding of the parameters of both your project, as well as important aspects for your particular message that you want to highlight. This can be used for also making sure that you have the right equipment available to you if you're going to need assistance from another team member or peer that you want to include. Now, the fourth step in preparing is to consider your location, because location can make or break your audio. When selecting where you're going to record, make sure that you familiarized yourself with the sounds that occur within that space. What can you control and what can you not control? Now, when we think about things that we can control, how can you manage those things? Like, say, a slamming door or conversations, because you can ask people to hold up and not come into that space while you're recording. You also want to be familiar with constant sounds that occur, like AC or electric hum that's occurring from your devices. In that case, you may think about capturing a sound print. A sound print is a recording about 30 seconds of silence within your space. And it's not necessarily silence completely, but it's really just the noises that are naturally occurring within that space you're recording. Now, a sound print can be used in the production stage through noise reduction to try to remove those constant noises that are occurring. Sound prints don't eliminate all distractions, however, like those hallway conversations or maybe a random motorcycle that speeds through. In those cases, it's best to push pause, recenter, and then just restart. Tip 5 is all about preparing for speaking. Now, many might assume that a script is the best option, and it might be. It leaves little room for error. However, when you have a script, it's not quite foolproof because you're reading and you may end up sounding robotic. You might read too fast, you might not take breaths at a suitable moment. Also, memorizing a script can give you this effect of maybe skipping around and saying things unintentionally or leaving things out. Talking points are really helpful. You can make sure that you have internalized those main ideas that you want to convey at each point, and you can practice those in a conversational tone so they just flow from you naturally. It's also possible to record things in shorter segments. And if you do so, this allows you to get out that content that you need, pause, look at what you need to say next, and then capture that on audio. This is really ideal if you're going to be doing something where you can edit it at the end. Now, if it's all in one take, talking points can be really helpful, and you can practice those so that they become part of you and they just flow. Tip 6 is about gathering the equipment and the accessories that you're going to need. Now, your equipment you select, it's really based on what is available to you, what you're recording, and where you're going to record. So sometimes that best equipment is what is within reach, say your smartphone. So many smartphones have an option that will capture audio, an app that will capture audio. So for instance, most iPhones have voice memos app. Go ahead and dig into your settings to better understand what those apps can do and how you can use them. Also, if you have headphones that have a mic attached, consider using that as your lav, or AKA your hands-free mic that you can attach to your lapel. So you would have one piece in your ear, you'd have the mic just below your chin, and that's going to capture some really good audio, particularly if you're speaking. You can also visit the CxC website at cxc.Lsu.edu for additional information about the digital resources and equipment that you can check out to better achieve your recording goals. Now, no matter what you select, you want to make sure that you've tested out this equipment before recording. Play with the settings, be familiar with how each piece works, check where your mic placement is. So be sure that you know the mic is in front of you and it's close, so it's picking up just what you need to have captured. Also remember that there's different ranges with mics. So some mics can just be cardioid, meaning it's kind of a heart shape and it just captures from here around you. Others may be bidirectional. So understanding what the particular mic you've selected can do and the capabilities it has ensures that you're actually recording what you need. The other thing that I would like to say is see if you need to have a tripod or if you're going to be placing that mic on a sturdy table. Sometimes mics are so sensitive that they can pick up just the slightest vibration, and that will interfere with the clarity of your audio. So testing these things out at the beginning and the early stages will really help you understand what's going to work for what you need. And so now, you're ready to get started, you're ready to start preparing. Remember that LSU CxC is here to help. Our CxC Studios offer writing support across the disciplines. So as you're beginning to storyboard and put together your outline, and if you have any questions, we can help you with flow, organization, and ideas. We can also assist you with the presentation support. So no matter the type of presentation, whether it's with slide decks, with posters, oral delivery, or recordings, we can assist you with how information is going to flow from point to point, how it's going to sound, and maybe to improve your overall delivery. We also offer resources and consultations when it comes to 2D and 3D visualizations. So everything from posters and brochures to 3D modeling. And we also offer AV equipment checkout so that you can convert your smartphone into a portable production studio. Or you can check out any of our many recording devices and accessories that fit your particular project needs. And we're not going to leave you hanging. We provide consultations to ensure that you have the best and the most appropriate equipment for your task, that you understand how to operate that equipment, and how to collect your data files once you have finished. So from the beginning consultations to finalizing products, we're here to help. And finally, we also are continuously adding resources from equipment to tutorials to workshops to fit your discipline-specific needs. So check back at regular intervals to stay up to date on site-specific and digital resources.